Hello, welcome to week 4. It's a very chilly morning today. I've gone full zip. I never go full zip. We're here at a different gym, Manly Warringah Gymnastics Centre. I've only been here once before to support Lachlan in a competition that he did, I think it was about 2 years ago now. And he did quite well.
Yeah, I dominated.
Yeah, I don't remember. We're starting a new program this week as well. Well, it's more just there's been more added to the program. Later in the week, there's some more PLANCHE specific work being incorporated, which I'm excited about as well. As for my neck, that actually happened. Hello, sir. We are right near your babies, aren't we? It's been about 2 days since my crash onto my neck, and it's still feeling stiff, but it's to be expected.
Let's watch that one more time.
Yeah. There's no significant injury that's come out of that, what happened. I think my mobility kept me quite safe. I'm just a bit stiff, so I've got some muscle rub gel to put on my traps and my neck, which is mainly where it is. But other than that, I'll be good to go. I'll still be taking it easing back into the program's full intensity. The forearm feels pretty much healed, but I think when I actually do something specific for it, it might still flare up. So I'll be going a little bit easy on that. Other than that, really excited to hit up this new gym and smash the first workout for week 4. Back from Manly now, going into our calf capacity. Now this week I'm going to be doing the Cuban press, just to see if I feel any difference doing the exercise compared to just the rotation. I'm not supersetting mobility this week, simply because I did mobility yesterday and I don't want to do it 2 days in a row. I'll be doing it every second day. I feel massive just from calf capacity. Damn. If you've just tuned in, this is your first episode, this one's pretty good. Drawing the sword, I'm like Lachlan, not feeling it as much as the Cuban rotations, but I'm thinking I'll increase the resistance first and see how we go with that. We did have Noodle here, our regular, but now we've got the GYMNASTICS Health.
Get a close up on that. I don't know who Guy Leach is, but I imagine he played the guitar.
Nice.
Let's see what the resistance is like for this.
They've been building this setup. Let's see it.
It felt okay. I wouldn't say it was that much different to Noodle there. This set was brought to you by Guy Leach Health. Sorry, Noodle.
Anytime. Yeah. That's pretty tough. That's why it's good to have a training partner that challenges you, even in cuff capacity.
It's now time for the first ice bar. A fair bit colder than I'd like it to be out here, so I'm actually not looking forward to what's in there. But I've done it enough times now to know that you just get comfortable with it. Let's do it. All in 10 moves.
Is that how you get your girlfriend excited?
Courtney, yeah? 9, 10.
Now, I will put my forearm under, but before I do, I need to put an audio book on.
Just got out. It was about 11 minutes in there. Look.
Come on, you can do it.
Look, I've got some concerns. The ice bath just doesn't feel cold enough. I want to try putting ice in it again and laying in it and seeing what that's like and how it compares to having the ice packs. I've done about 6 ice baths now, and not once have I shown you guys a head done. Yeah, I actually have an ice bath to my head, and that's important for recovery as well. My obliques cramped. Okay, so first ice bath of the week is over. And training is over for the day as well.
Man, you a Russell Brand.
Oh, mate. Oh, controversial stuff and big boots. Hey guys, it's a Wednesday today. I'm sure you recognize this area that I'm in. I've just done the trunk work capacity, and now I'm doing my mobility. This is all for side splits, and it will be a 3 exercise superset. The idea is to get as deep as I can and just feel that stretch and that rebound effect in the adductor. Generally our training sessions are indoors, so because I'm home and it's clearly rain but the sun did come out, I'm trying to get a session in outdoors just to get a bit more sunlight. I need a tan. My hamstrings are a bit sore from the Jefferson curls I did 2 days ago. So having that nice firm compression on them even before the workout starts feels really nice. And because this is fresh, I just got these in, it feels great in terms of how it fits to your body. And plus there's golden prisms shape on there. Definitely getting better at the horse stance. It's still a fair bit of torture sitting down there for a minute. I think the actual stance is getting deeper because I'm able to go wider. So to make it a bit more difficult, I'll just be incrementally taking it out further and further. This is the first set, by the way, so the side split does get better. I'll show you the last set as well. That's why you don't just do it once and stop. And that's side splits for the day. What do you guys think? Does this seem achievable in the coming week? Did Do you think I'll get it at the end of the series? We're here at CrossFit Creature today. We're doing a podcast with the boys that run this place, so I'll link that down below. You can check that out when it's up. Today we're doing our planche and floor circuit work, which is new to the program, so I'm excited about that. Interested to see where my limits are. I am keen to get into it though, get it started, because it'll all be new, something to play around with. CrossFits, they always seem to be in industrial areas, don't they? It must be, what, cheap rent or something? So we've got Asia Airlines going over while we get pumped up for an awesome workout! How are you feeling today? You look glazed.
Really, feeling really good.
You've got food in your teeth. Did you have breakfast or
Yeah.
what's happening there? Just
Yeah.
poor hygiene or?
It's a good chicken pesto from 5.4.
And you can get $20 off your first 5.4 order by using the code STRONGER and following this link.
Do it.
The pesto was good this week. If you guys have been following our planche multi series in the past, you'll see that we've done the planche leans with the exercise ball in the past, but it was for sets. This is just the warm-up. Now we're doing first actual exercise. I'm trying to be as honest to the program as I can with this injury, but I do have to modify some things. This one would be tuck planche shoot out to straddle, but I think the intensity of shooting out to straddle would be too much on the forearm. So I'm keeping it tucked and trying to go out into what you'd call a frog planche. Basically, it's an open tuck. I'm also not going to failure. I don't think that's a wise idea with the injury either. The positive is something I can do probably once on my own, but to take off the intensity, Lachlan spotted the whole thing.
The forearm demands more spot.
Can we give Lachlan a round of applause there? That was his first time spotting a tucked planche. Form stayed relatively the same, so that was, in my eyes, a successful set and a good substitute for the straights. And that was 3 cute little reps of tuck planche push-up. I wanted to do 5. I started to feel it with that lockout position, so I kept it at 3.
Well, where did you feel it? Nice handstand, mate. Very good.
Disaster.
Very good.
The first set wasn't that bad. That was just a weird placement, and that actually felt quite easy even though we've upped the weight. I think it might be because Lachlan insisted on doing it on the stall bars at first, which makes it that bit harder by limiting your ability to front lever during the set. So yeah, that set felt a lot stronger than previous ones despite the weight going up. This is the start of our floor circuit. A little bit odd. All these exercises that you're about to see minus the third exercise, which is just a handstand wall, I've never done before. So keep an eye out, see if any of these exercises will help you. And it was certainly, well, this session, it felt like a really unique and beneficial addition to our program. This exercise feels absolutely ridiculous. It's a stability thing. It's about knowing where your body is in time, in its place, and I'm very confident over time that this is going to get better. I don't know how much better it will get. It just feels so strange right now. Looking forward to making gains in the future. Exercise is basically laying on the floor and pressing up to front support. It's quite intense, so it requires a fair amount of spot during the exercise. Because it is so intense, I'm doing the women's variation. I should actually just call it the knee variation. It's okay to do this at times. It's basically, it feels like an isometric exercise where you're just being pushed through a range of motion. But nothing really changes. You still try and stay hollow and keep the shoulders pressed down the entire time. Feeling it in the biceps a lot, where you would expect it really in the multis. We're doing trunk strength now in front of the beautiful little hut. That is a sauna. Now Lachlan's doing a new technique in this, which I'm not sure I'm comfortable with. How did that feel?
It was a tough balance.
It's starting to get quite easy with Lachlan's full body weight in that position. This is strength work, so we're not looking at just increasing the amount of time held. We're looking to ways to make it more intense. Starting to get really efficient with trunk strength now, so it's starting to become more of a holistic look at the program. So we're still pumped, possibly that little bit fatigued in terms of strength training, moving from exercise to exercise. So it's starting to be a really great workout as a whole. That's workout done today, guys. It was fun starting that new program with the planche and the floor circuit. Some of it felt a little bit weird, and we're still trying to hit the groove with it, but trunk strength is getting a lot more efficient, so I'm getting a lot more out of the workout as we go along. We just finished up a podcast with these boys, Raph and Lachlan. So check that out. I'll link it down below. You can check out, if you're a Sydney sider or passing through, this is CrossFit Creature in Marrickville. What's the actual address?
It's on Lillian Fowler Place.
Yeah, you'll remember that street name for sure. It's a pretty good gym, and gyms are a little bit like zoos. There's always like a good feature or good features of gyms that you'll notice that another gym won't have, etc. This one has really high rings, which is awesome, and a lot of rings for you to play around with.
Oh, and listen to the Mind Muscle Project.
That's the podcast that we just did. They have a lot of them interviewing a lot of different personalities in the fitness industry to get that wide scope of fitness to pass on to you. After that adventurous trunk work capacity, we are now here where we are meant to be, at Olympic Park, doing gymnastics conditioning. I am starting to feel with the trunk work capacity that I'm getting more abs. Because we've started a new program, there's a few minor changes in this gymnastics conditioning, more specific to my strength level and my goals. It's all a joke. I did ask for a bit of extra spot on that one, but even then it felt stronger just because he spotted more. Now, I did feel more comfortable anyway, and the negative also felt a bit better too. Despite not even warming up the hamstrings for the pike press, which I should have done, it feels like the mobility gained through Jefferson curls is coming into play with exercises like this as well. Handstand dips, as written on the program, as handstand push-ups, as we would call them, or did call them in the last series. It's funny how there's always those funny little minor changes in language between countries. Like, he might call eating mouthfuls. It's actually just a regression of the bent arm press to handstand, really. So he's just kind of been a bit nice to me. I need to get a bit stronger, a bit more mobile, and a bit better, and then I'll advance back to the bent arm press to handstand.
Mouthfuls? Yeah, I just want to slap you.
Pretty much given up my lower body, everyone. What? Well, you weren't very light, mate. I'm sorry to say. Yeah. I'll just we'll just put that down to, I think I wasn't ready to commit to the variation I should have because of my forearm, and it led to hesitation throughout the set. So it made things a little bit wonky. That shouldn't have been. Pull-ups weren't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. I just was getting a little bit of a swing going. Could come down to technique, but I didn't want the swing incorporated, so I just gave it a little bit of a break so that I was going straight up and down, so there was no momentum coming into play. Swing dip to planche. Lachlan's going to spot it. I feel sorry for him because I want him to spot a fair bit to save my forearm, so he's going to be taking my weight a bit more again. Feels like a bit too much on the forearm, so we'll just leave it at the 3 reps for now. I'll do 2 more with a tuck planche and a stationary dip. The joys of safety. Doing 1-arm pull now. As part of the conditioning, Niall wrote to do 1-arm chin with my hand on my wrist. This isn't very stable. I'm not going to do that simply because I think the technique of having the wrist, holding the wrist, it takes away from the actual technique of a free 1-arm chin or 1-arm pull. Still not recovered enough to do those gorgeous cross presses. We're doing support with and just testing where I can go with my mild cross press. Given this is the exercise that caused the injury, you can understand why I'm not pushing it too hard right now. I'm skipping the multis. There's not really anything I can do quite equivalent to the multis pressing to iron cross. Going straight on with front lever, back lever, which I need to scale back the difficulty of. But at least I'm doing it now. I've got the last exercise for gymnastics conditioning now. Feet in and out on pommel handles to planche. Now Niall says he'll explain he's written a little note, he'll explain in a message or on Skype in a video. I don't think it needs explaining, I think I get what that is. So I'm going to try it now. It's just 1 rep, that's it. So I'm assuming he wants me to try full planche, which is something I can't do at the moment. So I'm just going to go to a tuck planche and maybe stretch it out a bit. Just see how far we can get. Yeah, that feels about it for now. There's still not much point in me training on the A-frame rings. There's not much I can do there that's gonna not aggravate the forearm. I figure as well I should make the plays more specific to my goals. I know it's just in general what you want to do, and I did feel like tumbling last week, so I tumbled. Gee, that went well, didn't it? If I feel like doing it, I will do it. It's just, that's not going to help me get the goal, is spending my time for training, sticking tumbling skills. So I'm going to try and gear it a little bit more towards my goals by trying to do my most controlled negative, my most controlled impossible dip negative, that is. I feel like they're getting worse each time, which is strange because it's not that depleting of my strength.
I'd say maybe just a hint more shoulders back.
Yeah.
It's quite good though.
We're playing around.
Oh, she's heavy, man.
Yeah.
Got a big weight here, mate.
Impossible push-ups.
Let's play.
I'm doing them on the P-bars because that's when when I attempt impossible dip, it will be on P-bars, so I should get used to that grip instead of just pushing off the ground. That's good. That's movement and a weight that's challenging me now for 5 reps, which is awesome. I did 15 and 20. I started at 10 and none of them they made it harder, but none of them felt too challenging. So the mix of finding the P-bars and adding the plate, it's a good combination that I think I'm going to try and incorporate more when I have access to these.
And that's cool because you were just playing around, trying things, and now you have something that works for you.
That's right.
That's the beauty of play, guys.
I'm going to try and see how well I can do the negative for the one arm pull. I struggled with the chin last series, but I got it quite quickly after greasing the groove following the series. So I'd like to see where I'm at, if anything, just with this one arm pull. Just doing the right arm. I think it'll be too intense for the left right now. It's pretty intense. It bordered on having another injury, I reckon. I should be more careful. That's why I kept my hand there for a bit longer, just to see. So I'm not strong enough yet. So it takes scaling back, training towards it. And I'll get there. Bench press now. Sets and reps have changed. It's 3, but well, actually just the reps have changed. I wanted to go to 100, 105, push it above, but there's some kind of
digits. It is magical.
some kind of feeling in my chest, shoulder, the linkage, the tendon. Given I've been accident prone since the series started, I'm going to be modest with this. I'm not going to push it because it feels odd. So I'll stick at 95.
Got through it, mate.
We lose another day. That was 2 kilos more than I did for the last weight session, and that didn't actually feel that challenging either, which means the injury is getting better and I can start to go heavier again. This is another one of those exercises where I could do heavier, but I'm just being held back by the injury. Another way of saying it is I'm mentally prepared to do heavier, but I just can't yet. That's one of the new weights exercises. I find that's really beneficial. It comes full circle in terms of that Maltese training. Before it was just Maltese to planche, and this adds that second half. Seated rows now, and excellent news. I'm very close to my working weights that I was doing before the injury occurred. 60 kilos tonight. I think I was doing 65 before the injury, which is great. Cross press with the cables for our weights, but we're doing something different. Lachlan had the idea to put the scales underneath us so that we're standing on them during the workout, during the exercise, and you can see how much weight's being taken off during it. It's not going to be that significant or much of a telltale sign of where my strength is at, because I have to scale it back with the injury, but interesting nonetheless. 87.48 kilos. Go. So I took nearly about 15 kilos off. It flares up a bit with this kind of work. I can feel it, but I would lean towards it. It's feeling better every session, which is great. I am still doing that release work on the barbell to loosen up the forearm, as well as training it lightly. Day by day, it's getting better. Rounds out training for tonight. Finishing off, I haven't increased the weight, but that's to be expected because of the injury, but I'm getting back to where I was before the injury, which is very promising. I've only had 2 meals today, so I'll be heading home and having the 3rd meal, probably a slow digesting protein for the night. One thing that I feel has been really beneficial has been increased recovery for this whole program. I don't think once yet I've come into a workout and felt like, oh, I really don't feel like doing this or being here right now. I always feel fresh and ready to train, even at 4 a.m. when I have to get up sometimes for the Gladesville sessions. Got upper limb training now, but I'm gonna substitute the chin-ups, the weighted chin-ups, with assisted one-arm pull. Something that Inspector Edwards found out was that chest pain I was getting in bench press yesterday was very likely from that. Do you remember I complained about the one arm pull-up negative? It bordered on having another injury. Bingo bango, my friend. I think that's what it was. That's why it felt really strange during the bench press. can only do body weight dip at the moment because of that sudden lockout. Adding weight's just a bit risky right now. So I am doing the dips again, slowly incorporating them, but I really want to smash them, so I'm incorporating the impossible dip superset back into this session. We've got Lachlan here doing the 4 fingers for spot. Oh, we've also got, I haven't introduced him yet. This is Tate Brown.
Tate, get in here!
Tate's probably one of the best motivators during a set, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So Tate's gonna, this superset gets quite difficult, particularly at the easiest part of it, which is at the end, the 20 push-ups. So Tate's gonna be cheering me on through this, which I really appreciate, and it's gonna help me to get the set out.
Gotta G this boy up sometimes.
I'm gonna G Tate up while he's cheering Tyson, alright?
Tyson, control. Come on, matey, push. Got it, brother. Keep going. Nice, Tyson. Keep it up. Keep going, mate. Keep pushing. Don't stop. You got it, Tyson.
Come on, Tate.
Keep going.
Pushing him.
Come on, brother.
Come on, Tate. Push him.
Keep it up.
Yep. Keep pushing.
Keep going, Tyson. Come on.
Tate.
Finish strong. Push.
Tatey, push
Don't
him.
stop. Push.
Yes,
Come
Tate.
on. Push, 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 push. Don't stop, Tyson. Don't stop. Come on. Keep going. Go on. Finish it. Finish. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Push.
on.
Push.
So that was, you can see that just pushes you to go beyond. When Tate Brown's around, he'll get it done. And that concludes week 4 of our training. I know I said this last week, but that means it's been a month since we've been doing this, and it's just crazy because we really are investing our life into this series right now. It pretty much is only stronger is what's happening. So it's insane how fast time is flying.
It's a good life, I gotta say.
It's pretty hectic. It's been interesting this week catering for my injury going into the workouts. I've had to tailor pretty much every single one.
I'm curious, who's been counting how many times Tyson mentioned the forearm this week? Can we get a tally?
The forearm feels pretty much healed.
Now I will put my forearm under. Time to get some deep tissue in the forearm.
With this injury, I don't think that's a wise idea with the injury either.
The forearm demands more spot.
On the forearm, cause the injury. The injured arm is holding back, not aggravate the forearm.
I'm just being held back by the injury before the injury occurred. I think I was doing 65 before the injury. It flares up a bit with this kind of work. I haven't increased the weight, but that's to be expected because of the injury, but I'm getting back to where I was before the injury. I feel like it especially comes into play with the injury.
It's just relevant. We want to specifically next week focus on the prerequisites for certain skills that we're doing so that you'll really get something very rich and wholesome out of the episodes next week. Loyal Leighton stuck around. Get in shot, mate. He's hung around till the very end this week.
Come on in here,
Oh,
mate.
guys. We've got some blocks here. We're going to end the week with some vert jumps. Let's see how high we can get. I always love doing this. New episode every week, so make sure you subscribe and tune in to have it direct to your feed. Subscribe, and I'll see you for week 5.
You a Russell Brand, motherfucker. Yeah!